Hey guys, this is Jimmy from Primer is Best. I've got my 78 C10 truck out here that goes by the name of Billy James, and I'm letting it run for just a minute. I just started it and letting it run. It'd be good for it. Today I have a few minutes, a little bit of time I'll say, and I'm going to put a little bit more patina on it. If you're new to the channel, I rattle can painted the whole truck. It took 7 cans of rattle can paint, and I think it was 16 ounces, 15 ounce cans, 16 ounce cans. Anyway, you can watch the older video of it and where I was doing that, and it cost me $49 to rattle can paint this truck. It's a really windy day, so I want to apologize in advance, and you can see my driveway's a mess. There's no need in cleaning it or blowing it off with a leaf blower because I've got acorns everywhere, and they just, as soon as I blow it off, it comes right back. So I'm going to take a few minutes, or as long as I can. I've already done this much. Little here, little here. I'm just hitting the parts. There's a little place right there. Maybe you can see it. I'm just hitting the spots where the paint has, been chipped away. It's took 8 trucks to do this one. So the fenders and the doors, the bed, obviously the hood, different things have been from other trucks. So I'm just trying to recreate. I'm not trying to hide anything is what I'm trying to say in a nutshell. So I've already sanded some of this last time I was out, but it was starting to rain, so I had to put it back up. So, see, where was I at? I like doing this kind of stuff. Put a little here. I'm just using the natural places where the paint is chipped. So, let's see, a little bit right here. I'm just looking around. I did kind of scuff it down before. I've done this. I've rattle canned this truck twice, and I scuffed it down where it looked like the paint was really thin. But I think I'm just going to use the natural. If you're 20 feet away, 10 feet away before I put this stuff on, it looks great. I mean, it looks like a perfect paint job. But when you get up close to it, I mean, you can't help but notice these little places right here. Just all over the truck. And it looks like I'm trying to cover it up. Well, I'm not. I'm just trying to make the truck look pretty good. I have a new trim for this truck. So I'm wanting to, this bed is off of a custom, I know I've told you this before, the bed and the insides are off of a custom deluxe Chevy C10 truck that was wrecked in the front. So I bought the whole truck that was wrecked. The frame was bent, there was no saving it. So I let it put life into this truck, by using the bed, all the insides. The insides on this truck were blue, and they were junk, absolutely positively junk. And the motor and transmission that was in the wreck truck is now in this one. It's a good running motor and transmission, 354 speed. Okay, I've got some down here. I'm just trying to recollect what I've done and what I haven't done. I don't want to get carried away too much. I just want it to look like maybe, if it has been painted, it's been painted a long time ago, or maybe possibly even the original paint. Now I got them stuck to my finger. So let me go get my paint. I'm going to stick with black, at least for now, and get my paint and a Q-tip, and I'm going to try to recreate some of it, not all of it, just some of it, where it looks like it, this truck is You know, maybe, like I said, maybe been painted once before, but you know, it's needing another paint job, whatever. So I'm not going to do a whole lot, but I am going to do some. I don't want somebody to think, you know, I'm trying to cover anything up, because that's one of my pet peeves. I do not try to cover anything up. What you see is what you get. So if one of these days, I always say this a lot in my videos, somebody decides they need a left turn bill. I don't know how that got in my head. The 84 C10 truck I have, left turn bill, or they need a Billy James in their driveway. Why, you know, I always tell folks to go back on my videos and look and see what I have done to it, so you're not unaware that, you know, no surprises. What you see is what you get. And if I say something's good, it's good. And if I say I don't know, I don't know. So let's get busy, guys. I'm going to get my stuff. I'll be right back in just a minute. Hang in there, okay? Okay, I got me some Ace paint at our local co-op store when we go to town. And whenever I do anything, I get it all over me. See all this? And that's just the beginning. But this is flat black. I sprayed some in this Dixie cup here from this can. And got me a Q-tip. I think I'm going to start in the back here. Around the header is what I call it, the front of the tailgate, front of the bed here. This part. Header. I've kind of lost my train of thought. Let's see if I can get myself up in here and not, hopefully I won't spill that cup of black paint, or I'll have to paint the truck again with some white. So I'm going to hang on to this. I'm going to see what I can find here, if anything. I don't know. There's a little bit right there. So let's see if there's any over here. Oh yeah, there's a couple of little spots. I'm just trying to get the bigger spots, guys. Nothing extravagant. And I'm going to have to sand this truck again. So it makes no never mind, does it? Dip me a little bit of Q-tip in here, and I'm right-handed, so I'm using my left, so forgive me. Try to show you what I'm doing. Yeah, I just want it to look like the paint's chipped off. I mean, well, it has. This bed, as I've said before, is off of a Custom Deluxe, and it had been painted once before I ever got the truck. I mean, you can see remnants of it, and that's okay. It's probably saved its life. The bed, I mean, from deteriorating. Anytime you add a little bit of something, it's going to help maintain it, isn't it? Hey, well, I'm just showing you what I'm doing. It's probably boring to most of y'all. Maybe all of y'all. I don't know. But this is just what I do. And then I scuff it up. I'm not trying to go overboard. I'm just following the, kind of like a puzzle, I guess. I think that looks good enough. Well, there's a little spot right here. I just want it to look authentic. I guess I should. Well, let's do this. I'm getting sidetracked again. Just looking for bad spots. There's a little bitty one here. I'm just gonna maybe address it just a little. There's a bunch of yellow jackets flying. There's always something. I live in East Tennessee, and we're full of insects. But the yellow jackets, it's fall of the year, and the yellow jackets, boy, they get mean. Especially if you're doing something they can't figure out what it is. They think you're got food or something. I'm not sure. Sure don't want to go on a picnic in the fall of the year, that's for sure, because the yellow jackets will run you out. If you've ever been stung by one, they hurt. And they just keep on stinging. So, just looking for places, guys. Man, I need a little bit more. Just a hair. Oh, that's better. A little here. I can see. I don't know if you can see all the things I'm seeing, but I'll scuff that up and make it look a little bit better than what it does now. But that looks pretty good. It's kind of funny I'm saying things that look bad make it look, things that look bad look good. There's a big old scratch. If I get out of the lines, which I am, I'll fix it when I scuff it there a little bit. Chips. Chips ahoy, chips. Not doing everyone, just this truck is got a lot of chip places. I think I'll leave all this. There's a little spot. Maybe I can get it up in there. Just to darken it up just a little. I don't even know if I'm showing you what I'm doing, guys. I'm sorry. There's a little spot. I like using I like using Q-tips because you can just throw them away when you're done. I don't know if I'm showing you anything or not. We'll see what this looks like. A few spots here and there like the truck's been used. Yeah, I'll fix that later. I just done that myself. I'll get that off here in just a minute. That's a pretty big spot. Boy, these acorns, when they hit, falling out of the tree, especially in this wind, it's pretty loud. I was praying when I got this truck out of the garage. I was asking the Lord, please protect me from acorns, because that would hurt pretty bad, and I hope I don't get hit by one putting this truck back up in the garage. I'm trying to take advantage of all these days, whenever I can, to play with this truck just a little bit, because, well, as you can tell, it's fall of the year, and the days, the nice, kind of warm days are coming to an end here in East Tennessee. If it's too much, guys, I'll go ahead and spray it white again. But I think that'll suffice for now. My wife was in agreement with me. Just make the spots that are missing a little bit of paint. Just darken them up, make it look real. So maybe, if you've never seen this truck before, you might think, it's never had nothing much done to it at all, paint-wise. I don't know if this makes any sense or not. But I enjoy doing this stuff. It gets me out of the house, keeps me out of trouble. Oh, let's see what we got over here. There's a bunch here, but I'm not going to do all of it. I'm just going to do the big spots. Dang, my paint about dried up, didn't it, in the Dixie cup? That's okay, I got some more. I'd like to get this inside the bed a little bit though before I get out of it. This is probably boring y'all to death, and when I get some more paint in this cup, I hope you can see what I'm doing. I won't bore you much more. It's pretty self-explanatory. I've done this on a lot of my trucks. I'm trying to get this truck ready for penetrol. That's my goal. There's Mr. Spider hanging there. Can you see him? Looking for a place to live this winter, I guess. I guess I'll leave him there. He might actually catch something. Who knows? Got a spot right here. It's kind of deep. Another one here. I'm still thinking about that. I know y'all's probably tired of me talking about this, but do you remember that video I made here not too long ago, where I was doing a sun-baked look, where I made the fenders look baked in the door? Somebody sent me something about that YouTube channel, United by Trucks. There's a truck called Mud. I think it's M-U-D-D, I think. Anyway, it's pretty cool. I thought maybe I might try something different and make this truck. I didn't know about that truck. I just thought in my head. Sometimes I lay awake at night and think about what can I do that'd be different. And to me, that would be different. Giving it a baked look like it had come, like this truck had come from the desert. Dang, I done quite a bit there in a short amount of time, didn't I? Okay, let me see if I can get myself down here without breaking my leg or anything. Hopefully. Okay. I'll do a little bit right here on the floor. I think I still have a little bit more paint here. Just kind of make it look like the paint's chipped, rubbed off, fell off, cracked, whatever. Doesn't have to be perfect. None of my trucks are perfect. I like it like that. Everybody's different. Everybody says I'm different for sure, but truly everybody is different, and I just like patina style the best because I don't have to worry about it. Don't have to worry about it. I can park wherever I want to, or play with it like I'm doing now. When I have had really nice vehicles before, guys, really wouldn't a paint blemish or nothing. I mean, they were absolutely gorgeous, perfect. There wasn't no fun in it. I was scared to do anything, as far as parking anywhere or anything. The last real nice one I had that was just perfect, I had a 66 Chevy, let me start all over. 66 Chevy El Camino. Is a factory black on black car. is a factory bucket seat car console, factory AC car, factory big block 396, but the 396 was gone in it. So my wife, Mrs. PIB, worked at a Chevrolet dealership at that time, years and years and years ago, and they had a 427 Chevy big block 427 390 horse in there, you know, an engine and a crate, and I bought it, put it in there with a 400 turbo, 331 gears, and you know, AC worked and everything, had tilt. I was trying to think, bucket seats, I think I already mentioned that. Anyway, it was a, I know it sounds like gunfire back there, but I think somebody's actually having a roof put on. But anyway, man, you talk about a nice car. Now that was a beautiful, you know, I've had different ones, but I'm saying that was probably, well, I don't know. Well, yeah, I guess it is. Probably the nicest one I've ever had. But man, I was scared to death to park anywhere or anything. I mean, once it was built, you know, to me, the kind of like the fun was over. I mean, you know, I had some of my friends that do that for a living, had them fix it for me, and you know, restore it, paint and everything, you know, suspension, you know, the whole 9 yards. And I took it to the I took it to the Spring Rod Run in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Spring Rod Run. Y'all might have been there. I used to go all the time. Anyway, I took it up there that spring and put a for sale sign in it. It wasn't there 20 minutes and it was sold. I mean, I barely could get my luggage out of it. I drove it up there, of course, and it was just I hate to see it go. I knew I'd never have another one as nice as that, but you know, I just wasn't having fun with it. This truck right here is, old Billy James here has brought me much more fun. Yeah, it's brought joy to my heart, I guess. A lot more than the El Camino. And I mean, I like the El Camino, don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful car, truck, whatever you want to call them. But anyway, the guy I bought the El Camino from, I bought it out of a barn. And the guy that had it sold it to me. He was telling the guy that painted the car, they were good friends that done all the body work and all that kind of stuff. And he said, I wish I'd never sold him the El Camino. He said, I never imagined it being so beautiful. I mean, I had the seats redone, everything. There wasn't nothing. There was nothing that car needed. Nothing at all. Except to be driven. And to be driven by somebody else. Because it's just, the fun had gone, and I have more fun out of these things just playing around. Like I said, if I've got too much patina on it, all I got to do is rattle can it again, and I'm back to square one. I'm about to run out of paint, guys, so I won't show you the rest of what I'm doing, okay? So, but you get the idea of what I'm doing. I'll show you what it looks like if and when I get done. Hang in there, guys. Guys, it's getting quite windy and it's clouding up. Can you see all them leaves blowing over there? Boy, I wish summertime was here. Already missing it. Anyway, getting back on topic, I've got one of my Gator sanding sponges. I always keep my wore out ones. Just kind of go over just to kind of go over some of the spots here. Kind of went over the whole truck, just just kind of going over it, sanding a little bit here, a little bit there. And like I've always said, this truck is never going to be perfect as long as I have it. But here's what I done. I kind of went over the gas cap. This was all natural. I just kind of enhanced it, where there's it was already chipped away. I just enhanced it and went over this a little bit, maybe just a little down in here. And all I done was go over some of the places that needed to be brought out where it looks like it's natural. Just to remind you, the doors, the doors and the fenders are off of a Chevy long bed truck. It was a 78 too, but it's a long bed truck, and they were parting it out in a county not far from where Mrs. PIB and I live. And I tried to buy as much stuff as I could. He wouldn't sell the whole truck, he just wanted to sell parts. And boy, as soon as that got put on Marketplace, everybody come running down there. But I got down there and got the doors and the fenders, and or at least one door. I think I got one door. But anyway, I couldn't afford to get, that's right, I got the fenders and one door. I was wanting the other door too, but I didn't have enough money to get it. So I said, I'll be back tomorrow to, I'll try to come up with some more money to buy the other door. Well, as I was leaving, another feller come in, and I guess he bought the door. So unfortunately, when I called him the next day, he said, Jimmy, I done sold all the parts you were wanting to buy, including the other door. And I said, well, that's, at least I got what I got, right? And it, believe it or not, it was white. Every part I bought for this truck, including the hood that I got off of a junkyard truck, was white. This truck was born white. So I thought, the Lord's been pretty good to me. He's provided me with not just parts, but with white parts. This bed was white. Everything was white. But I've recently changed this hood out, or my friend GM1038 has. Check out his YouTube channel. As of this video, my 66 C10 truck is over there. It's a short bed, fleet side 66 truck, sitting on a 71 Chevy truck frame. So it's already, with that being said, it's already 5-lug, and it's already got disc brakes. So I'm kind of way ahead of the game on that truck. And I've never had one that body style before. So, that'll be new to me. So I might need y'all's help in what to do, blah, 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 here, there, and everywhere. But look at this door, and don't pay no attention to that tape. Just look at the door, and I'll show you what I done. I'm not going to do much more patina, I don't think, guys. I just kind of went over there a little bit. I don't know if you didn't know, if you walked up on this truck and you was looking at the bed, the header, or the, all this stuff, would it look natural? I mean, kinda. I'm just trying to hurry this video up because I'm afraid it's going to start raining on me. The wind's pushing something in, that's for sure. So I'm looking down this side here. I didn't really see many marks on this bed other than, up here. Of course, I got this door. It somewhat matches the door on the other side, with all this stuff going on, and all of it's the real deal. I kind of get a chuckle every once in a while at some of the comments made on my YouTube channel, Primer is Best, and I have one of my longtime subscribers that said, Jimmy, don't. How did he say it? Anyway, I got tickled at it. And, everybody means well. It's just everybody has a different opinion on things. But, as well I do. But my friend was telling me that, he said, Jimmy said, all this stuff looks like a bird pooped on it. Well, he's right. I mean, I guess you can look at it that way. It looks like bird poop splattered, spots here and there. But really, before I ever painted the truck the very first time, it looked like this. I mean, really, I'm just bringing out what the truck doors already had, all of what the fenders already had, you know. All this stuff down in here, I mean, that's real. Oh, I forgot to get this, didn't I? I'm not going overboard, guys. I was kind of bragging on myself. I said, Jimmy, you're doing a good job, buddy, because I'm not scuffing down through here along the edges where I normally have patina. I'm keeping that. But it does need to be. I'm going to have to scuff this whole truck down again. Sand it again. But let's just look at it. I know I make my videos long, and I do apologize. But now this piece here, I know I've said this before, but if you are new to the channel, I have a new piece here that will fix this. I'm just waiting for an opening at Gas Axe Chop Shop with Tim Dixon, and he's on Facebook. If you'll type in Gas Axe Chop Shop, you'll find Tim Dixon. So I'm wanting to get that fixed, and then there won't be no rust in this truck. This bed was already, like I said, it come off of a wrecked truck, and I was glad to get it. Oh my goodness, everything seems like for these little square bodies is, you know, getting used stuff is kind of hard to find here. Where I live here in East Tennessee, you know, that you can afford anyway. Some people are, you know, think they have a gold mine. And I don't know. I called a guy the other day about a C10 truck that's been sitting probably, oh my goodness, probably 20, 25 years, I guess. Just sitting there. And I asked him, I said, sir, I said, I talked to you before about your truck. I said, is there any way that you'd consider selling it? You know, it's a short bed Chevy square body truck. And he said, no, I'm going to fix it. He's going to fix it. And, you know, I asked him about another vehicle that he had too. And I mean, it's just rusting to the ground. I mean, I told him, I said, I don't even know if, you know, if we could even be able to pick up the, I'm not going to mention the vehicle. Anyway, I said, I don't even know if we can even mess with it enough to pick it up where it wouldn't just break in 2 or 3 pieces, the whole thing. He said, no, I'm going to fix that. I'm going to fix that. Well, there's woods growed up all the way around it. I mean, it's been that long. And the first time I laid eyes on it, it was like that. I mean, it's just growed up, and you know, going back to it 12, 13 years later, if not more, and looking at it again, I mean, it's just rusting to the ground, turning back into, you know, just rusting. I don't even know if you could even pick it up and get it out. It's that bad, and he's going to fix it. Well, you know, in my opinion, I mean, everybody's got different circumstances and stuff. I know that I'm not any better, but, you know, if I see, you know, 10 years later, 15 years later, that I still haven't hit a lick at it, and when I go by it, of course, he doesn't even go by it. I mean, he doesn't walk by it's what I'm talking about. I mean, it's just deteriorating into nothing. And like the little square body I was wanting, you know, still had the 350 in it, 305, 350. I don't know what it was. It doesn't really matter. I'm sure the motor's locked up tight. And it's just not, I don't know what people are thinking. I mean, we're not getting no younger, or at least I'm not. And, you know, in my opinion, if I hadn't done something with it by now, you know, I'd let it go to someone else that might actually do something with it. You know, I told him, I said, I don't even care if it's got a title, as long as, you know, I said, I just want it for parts. And, no, I'm going to fix that. Well, we'll see. Anyway, I don't know how I got started on that, but I've had that happen to me so many times during my life, and I bet that you have too. If you've stopped and asked about no car or no truck, and you go by it 5 years later, 10 years later, and it's still sitting there, hadn't been moved, hadn't been started, nothing, and you know good and well The motor's probably locked up. Transmission's probably no good. You know, every kind of creature in the woods has probably lived in it one time or another. And, you know, I'm the kind of person, you know, if I'm not going to do something with it, you know, move it on. You know, but that's just me. Anyway, I'm sorry I got off on that. It's his truck, and he can do with it as he wishes, just like I'm doing with this. And I am sorry I said that. I shouldn't have said anything, should I? I'm not keeping an eye on my tongue very much, am I? I apologize, guys. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the video here. I'm just going to do a little bit more sanding, and till the rain gets here. We got rain moving in. So, but yeah, okay. I got started talking. Let's look at it again. Let's just look at this old truck again. If I can get the yellow jackets away from me. Okay. Let me fix that better. Hang on just a second. Come on, this phone's so goofy. Okay, now if you've seen this truck and you didn't know it, that it had been doctored up a little bit, you know, like by me, a guy that don't know nothing, would you think it looked original? I mean, that's all I'm after. I'm just trying to make it look like it did when I first got the doors, the door, the fenders. This random tailgate was already boogered up here on the ends, which they normally are. And I normally put a little patina here, you know, scrubbing with these sanding sponges, you know, where it looks like your hand is kind of wore out, you know, from back and forth, up and down kind of stuff. But I'm going to refrain from that. I'm doing my best not to not to go overboard, but you know, all these places, you know, around the truck. Does it look okay to you? Let me know in the comments, okay? Just let me know in the comments. Went ahead and put my little radio I listened to up. I was afraid it was going to start raining before I can even get the video done. And I thought I don't want to short out my little radio I plug into the wall. But they had a Ricky Don't Lose That Number. And it brought me back to when I used to be a disc jockey, DJ. And my DJ name on the radio was Jammin' Jimmy. Jammin' Jimmy. And I used to play that song. That was a new song back in the day. And the name of the group, if you're scratching your head, is Steely Dan. Ricky Don't Lose That Number. And but my favorite from Steely Dan, if anybody's interested, as far my opinion, is Reelin' in the Years. Oh, I love that song. Crank it up. Reelin' in the Years. That was a long time ago, guys. Anyway, see how I get. What do you think? Good enough? Too much? Let me know in the comments. But I mean, I'm just filling in. See, I didn't even fill this one in. There's a big old scratch right there. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to point it out. You know, little scratches. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to leave it. There's a little spot. But I think I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm trying to get this truck, as I said, ready to put Penetrol on. If you're not familiar with Penetrol, I have lots of videos on it where I put Penetrol. I've put Penetrol on this truck before it started getting wore. It eventually wears down. You know, it's kind of like a cheap clear coat. My channel is all about doing things on a budget, doing things with what you have here at home, you know, to try to make your car or truck look decent. That's my whole channel. Everybody's got channels, you know, where they go in and, you know, do big massive paint jobs and overhaul the engine and LS everything and all that kind of stuff. That's well and good. But if you're like me, the average, I don't know if I'd call myself average, but if you're like me, average or below, you know, and you like C10 trucks, or you like whatever you're into, and you're trying to do things on a budget, you know, that, you know, anybody can do. Just go to the store and buy you some rattle can paint and some sponges and some, sandpaper, whatever you want, and have at it, and you can make your truck look good enough to go to a cruise in, maybe, car show, whatever. That's what my whole channel is about. There's so many channels that they're just way out of my league. I can't do that. But maybe you can relate to my channel, Primer is Best, and my second YouTube channel, Man on a Budget. I have 2 channels. And yeah, I gotta do some more sanding. But anyway, I guess I'll end the video here, guys. I've talked long enough, haven't I? And I apologize for that. I've always had a problem with talking, even in school. I got in trouble lots of times for talking. I just can't shut up. Oh, anyway, y'all have a blessed day today. Thank you for watching. You are watching Primer is Best, as I mentioned, on YouTube. If you'd give me a thumbs up, even subscribe to the channel, I sure would appreciate it. And I'm on Facebook, Primer is Best, and Instagram, Primer is Best. And my second YouTube channel, as I mentioned, is Man on a Budget. That is me. And I'm on Instagram, Man on a Budget 1. If you'd like to subscribe to both my channels, I'd appreciate it. And I'd appreciate it if you'd help my channel out, by giving me a thumbs up and maybe leaving a comment here or there. I have lots of videos and that maybe you might find interesting. I don't know, not just on this. I've had a bunch of C10 trucks, bunches and bunches of C10 trucks. And maybe one day I can make a video showing at least some of them. Even before I started YouTube, I was Chevy trucks. I've always liked Chevy trucks, GMCs. I like them both real well. Anyway, thanks for watching again, guys. I sure do appreciate it. I hope y'all's having a blessed day today. And wind's kind of died down. Well, there it goes. Anyway, hope the Lord's watching over you just like He's watching over myself and my wife. And remember, the Lord, if you get down in the dumps, like I do sometimes, I can get depressed like anybody else. I tell myself that the Lord knew me. The Lord knew me, knew I was going to be made before I was even made. So, that says a lot. He wants me. He wants you. He wants me. So, that's something to keep in your mind and in your heart, that, yeah, there's going to be struggles. There's going to be hard times. And I don't get into a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, we're kind of going through that period right now. So, but we have the Lord, and He says the Lord will never leave you. The Lord will never abandon you. He never will. He's always with you. He knows everything. And if He knew you were coming, if He knew you before you were even born and still made you, I'm still in amazement. I tell the Lord all the time, I'm just so honored that you even let me exist, come into this world. He knew me and still made me, despite all my faults, despite all my sins. He still made me, and He finds me valuable enough, God the Father, to have sent His only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, to die for us all, to save us from our sins. Because I have truckloads of sins, believe me, truckloads. Anyway, I hope that was encouraging to maybe one person. I don't know. Y'all have a blessed day today. And like I said, pray for others. Try to do a good deed for someone if you can. And there's my wife, Miss PIB. Say bye. Bye. Y'all have a blessed day. I'll catch y'all in the next video, guys. God bless each and every one of y'all. Let me know what you think about the 78 C10 truck, Billy James. See y'all later.